Okay, good afternoon everyone. Today I'm going to try this afternoon to finish the Greek Islands tour. We've got 5 legs left, but they're all relatively short. So we're currently here at Santorini, and we fly north to Paros, then Naxos, Syros, Mykonos. I think it's Mykonos, or no, that's Syros, so we go to Mykonos first. Mykonos, from Naxos to Mykonos, Mykonos to Syros, and then back to Athens. So that's the route today. I'm going to do it in 2 videos. The first one encompassing the first 3 legs to Mykonos, and then the second one from Syros from Mykonos to Syros, and then on to Athens. So in the interest of time, as you can see, I've started up. We've got the flight plan loaded, and I'll check what the weather is. Well, the winds are pretty well, or at least from what I saw before, they were pretty well from the north. Well, that shows, yeah, 328 at 18 knots. It's pretty gusty, or 10 knots. Is that 10 knots? 10 knots. It's pretty gusty today, pretty windy, but it's a nice clear sky, so we should get some good views on the route out. So we'll taxi out to the runway and head off. So I need to go down the runway a little way because there's not an awful lot of runway left at this exit here. So we'll go down to the next exit. If I can get the... Oh, come on, turn. What's the matter with it? Oh, there he goes. Well, we've got a truck on the runway, on the taxiway. Yeah, so... as I say, it's the winds, looking at Venture Sky map, the winds are a wee bit gusty. It's typical this time of year to get winds from the north blowing down through the, what is it? Is it the Adriatic? I'm not sure. Not sure which sea it is, but the sea between Greece and Turkey anyway. Winds tend to blow down there, get funneled down from the north. Well, I've been in Crete in September, and the winds are often coming in that direction anyway, so I'll have to see how we get on. Apologies if anybody was watching live, because I started this flight and then realised I hadn't started Skytrack, which I have now, and therefore wouldn't have been able to book the flight. And since I'm doing all 5 together, I needed to do that. And also, I hadn't switched OBS across to my main screen for the takeoff, so I decided to abort it and start the recording again. So I think we're all okay this time. So we'll have some flaps for takeoff, and then we shall be ready to head off down the runway and hopefully keep the where's my trim? No, my trim's on 0, that's okay. Right, let's have some landing lights on. Nav lights on, strobe lights on, taxi lights can go off. And we'll head off. Airspeed is alive. About 70 knots. lift off. Okay, positive rate, so I'll gear up. Keep it climbing a bit. We'll head up to 1,000 feet. So this first leg is supposedly just about 15-20 minutes flying time, so not very long at all. And we've got a couple of legs that are less than 10 minutes, so we'll head off, just keep going north for the moment. You can see it's a bit windy because the sea is chopping up a bit. Look, a few white horses on the edge of the coast. But as the wind's coming straight at us pretty well, not too bad. Not getting side winds at the moment. We will do at one point during the second and fourth legs of today's flight. Right, so we're coming up to 1,000 feet, so let's put the autopilot on, and I'll just hit the altitude hold knob, and we'll hold it there. Let's put the flaps up now, I think. 930, 950. Coming up to 1,000. I missed it slightly. We're going to hold it there. Does that hold it? Altitude 1,100. Hold it 1,100, that's okay. Sun shining off the wing there, it's rather good. Not sure what time sunset is, it might be getting dark by the time we get to Athens, I think. We're on live time, so in Greece it should be about coming up at 4 o'clock. So I'm not sure what time sunset is. Let me have a look. Let's have a look. What have we got? Let's have a look in Google and see what time this sunset is currently. At 5:34, so half past. So what time have we got at the moment? 4 o'clock, coming up to 4 o'clock. Oh yeah, well, an hour and a half. Hopefully we'll get in just about around sunset, maybe just before, hopefully. Because I'm not planning on hanging about at each place. Getting a bit off course here, sorry, I was chatting too much and looking up sunset times. I wasn't watching where we were going. So we'll try and get back round to onto our flight path. We're in the right direction, we're just off the flight path somewhat. But if we were to zoom out, we're not doing too bad. So let's look at my map. Where did I get that from? trying to figure out. I put on some different maps on my little nav map. Ah, it's there, is it? No, it's not that one. I can't remember where I found to change it. Right, sorry. I'm trying to multitask, and I'm missing things a bit. Come back round onto the. I'll stick it on nav in a minute, and then I can do other things. Which was nav button? That one, isn't it? Yeah. So let's stick it on nav now. We should follow the GPS course now. Should just clear these hills. I wonder if I should go up a bit higher. Let me see if I can go up a bit. Let's go up to 1,500 feet. Oops. Very sensitive. I don't want it there. That one I wanted. Let's go up 1,500 feet. Before I run into those hills while I'm trying to sort out my little nav map. Okay. Now, where did I see it? Details, user features. I think it was theme, wasn't it? Let's try German. Oh, right. I was just trying to look up the island. I found some other maps from my little nav map that gives the English, because otherwise I just had the Greek words, just to see what these islands are called. This island we're just approaching now is called Hora. In our letters, or whatever they call it. Is it Arabic letters? Not Arabic. Yeah, Arabic letters. It's CHORA, but I know from Hania that the CH is pronounced H. So Hora. So this is the island of Hora that we're just coming up to. We'll show it on the outside. Looks quite nice. Nice little bay down there. Oh. This little fishing village down here is Mykonos, down here, Mykonos, and just over in the next bay is Hora town and Campos. Hora town is down in the, up on the hill here. I think that's I don't know, it could be Hora up on the hill. Not sure. Campos down in the valley. So I think this could be Hora here, the town of Hora, which is unusual to have the island named after a town up on the hill. But I suppose historically, to avoid attack and things like that. Yeah, so this is the town of Hora that we're just flying over. And then down in here is known as Camper. I suspect it's an overspill, really. sort of brown and somewhat barren, scorched I suppose, during the summer sunshines. And the island in front of us here is, I think, Paros. And the runway is on the east side of the island, so yeah, the highest point's in the middle, so we'll be down here somewhere, I suspect. I don't think I've got any chance for Paros. Chance for Paros, so it'll be a case of a visual approach, I think. So I think as it mostly sea, we can drop down again to 1,000 feet, not 500. Yes, and we'll drop down slowly. Give me more chance of seeing the airport. Clouded over all of a sudden. It's quite nice blue sky. Seem to be heading into heavier cloud. Still, we probably won't need to go up in the cloud. We can probably fly these next few hops at about 1,000 feet, and maybe it will clear as we fly over towards Athens. We'll do a quick landing and stop, turn the engines off so that I can file the pirouette for the tour, and then we'll just start the engines up again and head off again. Excuse me. I think the airport will be over here somewhere. So I'm going to go back onto heading mode, because otherwise it will take us off towards Naxos. So I'll go back on heading mode. The heading is still roughly the direction we are heading in, but I think it's slightly offset somewhat. Or we're slightly offset to the runway heading. I think it's probably down here. Runway 35. Yeah, so I think what I'll do, I'll come round a bit to the left. Set it down to 700 feet, so when we get a bit closer. Still got a few miles to go. We got there 6 miles to Paros, so I suppose I'll to do a slow descent maybe. Get speed back down. Can't actually see any airport at the moment. But, flashing light or anything for the airport indicator, but it's just around here somewhere, or we think. Yeah, because this is the town in the bay here, and the airport should be going in this sort of direction here. Until I can see the runway. We fly over these islands, and I think when we hit the first island, if I head in 3-5 direction, which is probably about there, isn't it? I head 3-5 degrees, then we should head straight for the airport, but I still can't see it at the moment. I hope it should be in here. Right, let's have a look. So we're just heading over this island, so if we head I don't want to do that. It's heading I wanted. So if we go 3-5, so that's 3, 3, 4, 5. Can anybody see a runway? I can't see a runway at the moment. I'm trying to look over the top, but see an airport anywhere there. I think it's a grass strip. I'm sure why it might be, I don't know. What does it say in here? No IFR capability, but oh, hang on, what's that's a bit silly. I can't see it anywhere. We gone past it. Oh, what's that over there? Haha, we gone past it. I wasn't quite lined up with it. Okay, not to worry. We'll do a turn. I don't want to land south facing because the winds are coming from the north at what's that? 19 knots. So the last thing I want to do is have a tailwind behind me. So we'll just turn round and then we'll head. You should be able to see it then out of our. He says. I thought I could see it, but oh, we need to go around a bit more. Okay. Oops. We'll come round to the north. Oops. I don't want to go that way. Oh, let's take it off. Take the autopilot off. fly it manually. Because it's moving, I hit the heading bug instead of adjusting it. What's our altitude? 740 feet. That's not too bad. Let's get our speed down. Right, there's our little islands again. So that's okay. They didn't have any lights on this thing though, did they? So I need to be a bit further over. Don't want to get any lower than I am, 500 feet. Try and see the thing again. That's the trouble when you haven't got nav aids, it's very difficult. You've got nothing to tune into. Is this it here? I think it might be here. Certainly a runway there. I suppose I better have some gear down. Otherwise I'll be belly flopping. We'll have our flaps down as well. There's a runway. Paros LGPA, it says it's a, I don't know. This, I don't think this, oh, it could be Paros, yeah. It's a fairly short runway. We've got a bit of wind blowing us. Whoa, come on Stuart, get her down. Where's the runway gone? There's the threshold. Whoa, oh, whoa, that's not very good. Whoa, terrible landing. I completely lost sight of it there. I think I sort of hit the threshold there actually. Never mind. Okay, let's just bump in here and turn round, and then so let me do a complete right swivel if I can. I'm not going over to the pushback guy. I'm just going to turn around here. I'm ready to taxi out again. Okay. So let's turn the engine off. Better jump out and check my gear, I think. Okay, is that engine shut? Yeah. So let's stop recording. Submit the flight. Okay. Start for flying club again. Okay. I have plenty of fuel, I think. So yeah, I got plenty of fuel. Okay, so let's start her up again and head straight off. Okay, so we'll leave everything off. Landing lights and strobes on. Taxi lights off. Panel lights, I don't need it at the moment. Flood lights, don't need that at the moment. Okay. Right, handbrake off. And we'll head off to quick hop across to Naxos. So how much runway we got left here? Probably not a lot. No, very little. Okay, so we need to go down the runway a bit. It was quite a short runway actually. It looks as if it was actually downhill. It looks like we're going uphill here, so maybe that's what threw me a little bit. I sort of hit the edge of the threshold and bounced a bit. Not the best of landings. Never mind. We survived, didn't crash. Right, let's see if we can... This doesn't seem to be turning very well at the moment. I don't know if it's my... So, I don't know. Got it full left rudder, but... Turning on the sixpence. Okay, flaps are currently down. We'll have a bit of flaps because that hill goes up at the end there, look. Okay, let's get rolling again. Whoa. 70 knots. Up we go. A bit of wind from the right. Don't want to be that high. Okay, let's climb up here where wind's blowing. We're not going up over those hills, so we'll have to go around the island a bit, I think. Well, no, what we could do, we'll do a left bank and come around the southern end of the island, I think. Because going across the middle there, it's quite... I'd never get up there in time. So let me gear up. Right, so we come around the southern tip, follow the coast round. I don't want to be much higher than that. Still on heading mode. Oh, don't want to be on heading mode. Level flight, roll mode or whatever it is. Why is that not doing that? Stopped at 1,000 feet again. Okay, so we'll follow the island around. Look at the scenery as we go. All their little Greek houses. Should have a few more houses with red top roofs, I think. There's not enough red tiled roofs on their Greek style housing. Middle Eastern type houses. My knowledge of Greece, most of them have terracotta roofs. These don't appear to have. Maybe some of them do, but oh, it's quite a wind blowing now. Trying to blow me to the right. I'm having to keep my ailerons. How about trim the ailerons off a bit? No, maybe not. Don't know if the aileron trim works actually. Okay. So we're just following the island around till we can get the other side of these mountains, and then we'll head back in this direction to Naxos. Steady as she goes. Probably a bit of turbulence over those hills. Downdraft hit my left wing there, and then if you tip it up, it tips it over if you're not careful. As I say, it's quite gusty wind. What does it say it is? Yeah, 20 knots is that? 21 knots. 21 knot crosswind in a small Beechcraft 36. Not a lot of fun flying. Whoa! Right, I've got to concentrate on this, otherwise I'll be tipping over if I'm not careful. Constant slight movements to adjust where I want to go. And when I turn, it's going to try and turn me even more. Okay, let's head over to Naxos now, I think. I want to go this way. Try and find the airport at Naxos. Which will also be fun. Again, it's a northerly landing, so north-facing landing. According to the map, Naxos is just the other side of this little peninsula here, so I'm bringing it round so we can approach from the north. So I think we better slow my speed down before I get too close. I don't know if Naxos has got anything, probably not. Well, I'm trying to do several things at once. No, I haven't got any charts for Naxos either. But it should be down here, according to, yeah. I think it's down here. That long strip you can see there, look, just there. So we'll come around this way and then make a turn. Not that steep a turn though. I'm going to turn the autopilot off. Disconnect it or not? No, that's it. Ding. Right, at least we can see the airport this time. So I need to slow down a bit. We'll head down to Naxos. Quick stop at Naxos, and then we jump across to Mykonos, which is only 21 miles. It's just starting to rain by the look of it on the windscreen. Two whites, two reds. Still having to compensate a bit for the wind. Get the nose out to the right. Bit low. Crosswind going on here. threshold. Oh, that's a bit better. That's a bit better, Stuart. Okay, I need to spin round again. Right, I think what I'll do is if I taxi down the runway, turn the engines off on the runway, and then I remember once stopping at Naxos in a 737. We took off from Skiathos, but because of the number of passengers, we couldn't quite get the fuel load required for the journey back to the UK. So we took off from Skiathos and flew to Naxos and landed at Naxos. I'm sure it was Naxos, and put extra fuel on there. It's a fairly long runway, this one, or long enough for a 7. I think. I'm sure it was Naxos. I might be wrong, but right. Let's turn around here. Shut the engine off to file my PREP. Bit of left brake. Right. So if we just stop here for a minute. Put my thing on. Engines off. Stop recording. Submit the flight. Start recording again. And start up again. Okay. That's the way to do it. Okay, so we got flaps, one lot of flaps I think are all we need for here. Parking brake off. And away we go to Mykonos. Yeah, Mykonos was the hippie island of Greece, I think, if I remember. I've never been to Mykonos. Much as I like the Greek islands. Whoops, mind the trees, Stuart. Mind the trees. Big trees, those. I think the trees are a bit too large here as well. What's that? Oh, I didn't find any. Okay, so we've still got a bit of a crosswind coming. Trim it a bit so I'm not pushing on the yoke so much, but it keeps wanting to climb. Probably because I've got, let's have the gear up, the flaps up, might help. Oops. Yeah, I only want to climb at about 10. Yeah, that's where I should be, down here. Just follow the GPS this time. Right, so we'll put it on autopilot and nav mode. GPS, autopilot. I'm going to stick at 1200 feet. How's that? That'll do, won't it? Oops, what's that out there? What's that I saw out there? Oh, just aerials. Oh no, windmills. Alright. Alright, so we're leaving Naxos behind. Yeah, I think we did land in Naxos. We just landed in that direction and then swung around the end and dropped people. We dropped some people off as well. I'm sure it's Naxos. Just have a look. Where's Let's see where Skiathos is in relation. No. Think about it. No, it wasn't Naxos. I think it was Naxos, what's this one? No, I don't think it was Naxos. It wouldn't have been Limnos. It was Limnos, I think. I beg your pardon. Yeah, no, Naxos is a lot further south, and we didn't go south. We went north out of Skiathos. So, sorry, it was Limnos. I beg your pardon. I'm telling tales. Looks a bit wet out here, doesn't it? So we've got quite a few rain showers that we've got to go through. So our next stop is Mykonos. Now we should have charts for Mykonos, so let me have a look. Mykonos is MK. Yeah, we've got some charts for Mykonos, so let's have a look. Approach. RNAV. So we've got an RNAV, so 110 is Mykonos. 110. That's it. That should be it. Oh no, but 11005. That should be it. That's it. MKN. So we've got 12 miles to Mykonos, and again it's runway facing. What are we facing? Let's have a look. 34 degrees. So we're practically facing the runway as it is. We've got the rain coming in now. Jumping down the other way. Yeah, that's better. I was jumping too high before. Yeah, that was my fault. That's probably about the view that one would get. It's going far too fast here. Beg your pardon. Be pulling the wings off if I'm not careful. There's a nice shower up in front. Look, thunder shower. Sharp shower. Had a few of those in Crete. Go straight through it as well. So we've got 9 miles to Mykonos, and then I'll take a break at Mykonos and stop this video. It's been on for I've been on for 50 minutes, so about an hour per video maybe. It's the faffing around that causes the extra time, although the actual flight time isn't too long at all. Right, so I'm going to go on to heading mode, I think. Slightly that way, slightly over in this direction, just to line up with the runway. Runway heading 337. Let me go a wee bit further as well. Excuse me. Right, well, there's the flashing runway lights there, I think. So it's slightly elevated, this runway. And in fact, it's at 405 feet. So we're currently at 1100. So we're what's that make it about 600-700 above the airport. So that's not too bad. we don't need to get any lower. Otherwise I'll be hitting the threshold again. So in this we'll be doing, yeah, so we want to be around about 500. There's our runway out there. So it's bringing the heading around slightly now. Okay, let's take it off autopilot. Watch for the wind. Wind's coming straight at us really. We need to lose a bit of speed as well. I don't want to lose too much height in the process. Flaps down before. Flaps are up. We'll have approach flaps. We'll have a gear down. Practically down the runway, but it's quite gusty, that's the trouble. I think it's I don't know, it's well over 10 knots anyway. So we'll have another degree of flaps for landing. Speed down a bit to the 90s. Around 90, yeah, there's a bit of a cliff edge before the runway.
500.
Do it being a wee bit higher, really. In the wind. Over the threshold. The fence. I think this is a downloaded airport. Freeware one from flightsim.to. Nice gentle landing. Get off this one, might be able to as I'm speeding along here. Yay. Yeah, this is a freeware airport, but it's quite nice. Let's park in front of the sign over there. Welcome to Mykonos. Flags are flying, but they're not moving. Shame they haven't got animated flags available like they have in X-Plane. Right, I'm going to park it there for now. Turn the engine, hand the brakes off, and I realised I hadn't taken any pictures. I've been too. So we'll take one here, shall we? We'll take one here for the Mykonos. Yeah, that'll do it. Okay, now if I shut down my engines, and stop the recording, or stop and file the PIREP, and then I'll leave this video at this point and stop the recording of the video, and I'll be back again after a little break, and we'll finish the last two legs. So thanks for watching, and hope you join me again for the final two legs of the Greek tour.